It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Yeah, draped all black from the baseball cap back in the days, baby, I'm grown. Trying to reinvigorate my home, for my legacy etched in stone. 24/7 on call like a doctor, stricken up my chakras. Can't nobody stop us. Have it on the chopper, my girl won't lop this part of the process. I've been on goals as a kid, but I call up my homies and give them the game with the bread as they close to the crib. But they don't understand me, they think about Grammys. I'm trying to control where we live. Need a state of autonomy, don't need the lottery. I don't believe in this current society. Got bigger dreams, we can change every economy. Work too hard for the status. Came up and I started attaching. Know you hate your jobs with a passion. That's why the youth gravitate towards rapping. God bless your soul. I wrote the plays, the X and O's instead of hanging at the Texaco. When the professionals, I see my brothers as the next to blow. Get out the trap like pest control. I want everything beautiful. Break from the usual. We done seen too much draped in the dirt. Had to survive through the hardest of times and had nobody that can see my worth. Now I connect with the biggest and best and don't gotta be worthy by chasing a check. Sharing my dreams with the people I love. If I don't got the funds, they would probably invest. Yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting into two things concerning J. Cole. Number one, he has put out the track list for the Fall Off. So now we get to see the songs that will be on the album on disc 1 and disc 2. We're going to be getting into the significance of disc 1 and disc 2 because it looks like they represent different eras in his life. Not to mention disc 2 also comes on the other side of the 2024 battle of him backing out and everything that transpired. So we do know that much as well. We're going to get into all of that. And we're also going to address Camron finally coming out and speaking verbally about his lawsuit going at J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently, Cole reached out to him for some favors to get on some music with him. He was down with it. He did it quickly, expeditiously. And when he turned around and wanted Cole to return the favor, he basically kept giving him excuses. He said, instead of doing a music, let's do a podcast interview. Cole then kept giving him the runaround every time that it came time to do the interview. So inevitably, Cam went to the courthouse and said, man, I gotta get something out the deal, bruh. What the fuck is going on? So we're going to get to that as well. We've already talked about the lawsuit. However, when it came up on his podcast, he remained silent. But now, as the case is proceeding forward, he's opening up about it. All right. But first, let's get to the Fall Off track list. All right. So rather than just simply naming it disc 1 and disc 2, he names them disc 29 and disc 39. Okay. And those are relating to his age. Okay. So remember, he's been working on the Fall Off since right after 2014 Forest Hills Drive and For Your Eyes Only. So around the time he was 29, he went back to Fayetteville, and he's making this music towards the Fall Off. So I think that's where some of that material begins. And then on disc 39, that is from his 39th birthday 2 years ago up to today. So I don't know when he, put the finishing touches on the album or made the last song, but I think everything starts from there. Because remember, his birthday is in January. I think it's January 28th, right? So from that moment, January 28th, 2024, up to now, that's disc 39. Okay? On disc 29, we got 29 intro. Track 2 is 2-6. Track 3, Safety. 4, Run a Train. Whoa. Let's not do that, Cole. Track number 5, Poor Thing. Track number 6, Legacy. Number 7, Bounce. Is that Bounce or Bunts? Bunts Road Blues. Track 8, Who the Fuck Is You? Number 9, drum and bass. Interesting track title. I wonder if he's gonna rap over some drum and bass. That would be kind of hard. It's not too many niggas that really get down over drum and bass in hip hop like that. Track 10, The Let Out. And number 11, Bombs in the Ville / Hit the Gas. And then we've got a bonus record, number 12, Lonely at the Top. Didn't Joey Badass just release Lonely at the Top album and he was very lonely? Uh-oh. Then you get to then you get to disc 39. Okay, so you get 39 intro, track 2, Inevitable, and of course that's the same name as the podcast he put out in 2024. Number 3, The Villist. Number 4, Old Dog. And you know what they say about old dogs, you can't teach them new tricks. Number 5, Life Sentence. Number 6, Only You. 7, Man Up Above. I'm guessing that's a dedication to God. Track 8, I Love Her Again. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bid out there that he's gonna be rapping about hip hop from the perspective of a woman, similar to Common and I Used to Love Her. And then we've got many different iterations over the course of the years from different hip hop artists that use that as source material. You got track number, what is that, 9? What If? Track 10, Quick Stop. You know about the quick stops in the hood. What? 11 is, what does that say? And the Whole World is the Ville. And then we've got one final bonus called Ocean Way, which from J. Cole's vantage point will be his final song on his final album. So we're going to receive 24 new records from J. Cole. And disc 2, track 2, that would be Inevitable, right? Or is that song even on there? Because to this point, by now, with the album dropping on Friday, I would have gotten a copyright claim from Dreamville Interscope if that song was actually on the album. Unless they're waiting to the very last minute to send it through. I don't know. But furthermore, with this album cover, you see, this is actually J. Cole's wall. Because remember, he showed us when he announced the album, his makeshift studio from when he was making music in high school when he first started rapping. So I believe that this is actually the posters on his wall from that same time period. And up here, you got Beanie Siegel. You got 50 Cent. That's old ass 50 Cent. When 50 Cent was still wearing goddamn denim jackets and shit, that's like 2000 50 Cent. That's like, I don't even know if that's an official album. That's like 50 Cent is the Future, Ghetto Quran, and all that type shit era. Not the 50 Cent that we know today. Some of these album covers or images I don't know off the top of my head. That one in the corner looks like Busta Rhymes. What else can I actually recognize? I recognize a Cannabis album up there. I recognize that looks like LL Cool J. I see Ghostface up there. That Tool looks like one of them Rough Rider albums. I think not Marshall Mathers, but the Slim Shady LP is up there. You can't see the whole image, but RZA's in the corner. Exhibit is next to him. I think next to that is Lyricist Lounge. So Eminem is up there. That looks like the Infinite album. So it's giving you his early influences from when he first started making music at like 15, 16 years old, which is probably going to play a role in the story of the album, especially with that time period being so prevalent. To accompany the back cover with the track list, although we don't have the features or the producers, I'm sure he's going to wait till the very last minute to reveal those so that nobody gets caught up in the rapture. Here's an explanation for the project. He says some of the very first verses for the Come Up, which is his first mixtape that was released to us, still available online if you go looking for it. Sure, it's on YouTube. Were written when I was just 19 years old. Okay. So his first mixtape that was publicly released, he started writing that at the age of 19. The title of that project, the first one that I would ever release, had a double meaning. There was the obvious one, my ambitions to come up in the rap game. The second was more subtle, my physical change of location to do so. Remember him moving from North Carolina to New York. I was a delusional teenager from Fayetteville, North Carolina, who had decided to leave home and come up to New York City on a dream chasing mission. When you listen to that project, you hear a college kid with a real sharp pen telling the world how he's going to make it and proudly put his unknown city on the map in the process, which he did. Say what you want about J. Cole, he did just that in formidable fashion. Towards the end of the come up, a couple skits tell a common story for me at that age. Me driving back home from school on a holiday break, calling my mom to let her know I'm a few hours away, then calling my homeboys excited to let them know I'm back in town, asking where the party at. Shout out to Jagged Edge. The Fall Off, a double album made with intentions to be my last. You say with intentions. What do you mean by that? With intentions to be my last, brings the concept of my first project full circle. Disc 29 tells a story of me returning to my hometown at age 29, a decade after moving to New York, accomplishing what would have seemed impossible to most. I was at a crossroads with the three loves of my life: my woman, my craft, and my city. And I believe they got married shortly thereafter. And she's been a very pivotal part of his operation with his business since that time as well. This 39 gives insight into my mindset during a similar trip home, this time as a 39-year-old man, older and a little closer to peace. Without giving away too much more, here's the back cover of The Fall Off. All pictures in this version of the album were shot by me. The front and back cover are photographs I took when I was 15, so I was right. This back cover that includes the track list is a picture I took of the walls in my bedroom at the time. Thank you to every artist and photographer that cleared these pictures. So everyone who has a photo on that wall had to clear it, and they did so. I woke up every morning as a teenager, quite literally looking up to y'all. When this album releases, please know that you, in some deeper metaphysical type way, are in the music too. The Fall Off, which will be out 2/6 on the 26th year. I should have said that a little smoother, but fuck it. 2/6/2026, man. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Now, just a few days ago, I actually didn't cover this, but he uploaded this blog post giving us a little bit more insight into the album as well. This is the official album cover. So the album cover you see with the bedroom from when he was 15, that's a version of the album cover, but this is the final album cover of Cole, isolated, looking down, pensive. Who knows what's on his mind? So at the time, he said, the Fall Off cover that is currently circulating is a picture I took on a disposable camera when I was 15 years old. My very first setup, my first beats were made in that spot, surrounded by my mother's CD collection that I would comb through looking for samples. The first full song I ever made came to life in that very chair you see in the picture. I sat for hours in a zone I had never experienced before until I was done writing a track that I titled The Storm. And The Storm has been circulating for the last few days on social media as well. He says, I probably rapped it out loud 50 times back to back, my young mind blown that I had actually wrote something this great. I know that feeling. Man, especially when I was 15, 16, I used to, I used to rap my shit all day, every day. Used to walk from class to class rapping my shit. Let my homies hold the notebook like, yeah, nigga, check this out, nigga. Man, the good old days. He said, I called Nervous Wreck immediately to ask if I could come over to the shelter to record it. The mental space I entered writing that joint was a feeling I will attempt to explain, but I doubt it would do it justice. It was the strongest possible combination of creativity, the imagination at work, focus in search of the next line, faith, belief that the next line will come, and excitement in knowing this thing being written is truly something special that I imagine one can understand until they've been in it. One can't understand, excuse me. It's like God letting you into heaven for a few hours. Then, even after it's time to leave, there's a lasting glow, a high, and a fulfillment that stays with you for days. And now every time you sit down to write, you'll close your eyes, cross your fingers, and hope he'll open the gates for you again. The picture of where it all started for me felt fitting for an album that I made with the ending in mind. It's been the cover of The Fall Off for about the past 7 years, perfect in my mind. However, 2 years ago, after the events that still feed the algorithm to this day, you know what he's talking about, I became incredibly re-inspired. And the album slowly blossomed into a double disc as the concept expanded. So The Fall Off was originally just one, but after the battle and everything that took place, he said he got inspired and went back in the studio. Now, don't let that inspiration get you fucked up, because again, Cole, I'm a fan. I'm going to listen to the music. I'm going to enjoy the music. I hope it's incredible. But if you come around here playing them fucking games, you going to win them fucking prizes that you never wanted. So be careful. He said, I felt there should be an additional cover that represented that, something just as strong as the first with my face on it, so that when I look back in 20 years, I can see an image of who I was at the time I released the project I worked on for so long. This is that cover. And the CD version of the album was then placed on sale. Okay? So that's the update that we have from J. Cole about The Fall Off. And we only got really 1 full day and some hours before it comes out. It will be out Thursday night at midnight. Well, technically Friday morning. And it's going to be a very interesting listen. 24 songs. Wonder why he didn't do 26 songs. He adds this footnote. He says, oh yeah, also we have added a section to this site called Ville Central. It's a message board / forum that you can post in if you choose, paying homage to a website I used to visit as a teenager called Cannabis Central. So Cannabis is getting his tens, man. Cannabis is somebody who's definitely, he was a pillar in lyricism in the mid to late 90s. But then by the top of the 2000s, he had been eclipsed and kind of shunned from the game in a lot of circles. I would go there damn near daily, hoping for any updates about when and beef is what got him put in that space. So I think there is a spiritual connection between Cannabis and J. Cole, although the fall for J. Cole has been padded much better than Cannabis. But there is that little symbiosis there. I would go there damn near daily, hoping for any updates about when Cannabis was going to drop a new album or single, freestyle, or anything. A community formed there over time, and I thought it might be dope to offer that same thing on this site. A space to chop it up about the music and whatever else. I have no idea if it's a good idea, but right now the plan is to keep it up until the end of February. He then says, I will do a Ask Me Anything on there in the next few days. Now, to my knowledge, that Ask Me Anything has not happened. But good googly moogly, you know what niggas is gonna ask. And that leads me into my next topic with Camron. So here's Killer with his explanation of why he felt he had no other option but to sue J. Cole.
Me and J. Cole are cool, or was cool. This is exactly what happened. Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it. So on his first project I did an intro for him. I did the record for him for his intro. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. He said, cool. He had another project. I did a record in 20 minutes. I knocked that shit out and went off about my business. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the shock rain right now. And, you know, the moon got aligned with the stars. And, you know, when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put your all into it then. You know what I'm saying? Give me that verse. You called me twice to do something, and I did it. One day you have 48 hours to do it. Then I knocked the other thing out as soon as I came to New York, because you ain't want to send me a record, you want to be in the studio with me. I knocked it out. Cool, you don't give me the record. Then I say, you know what, forget the record. Let's do an interview. Bet I got you. I got a project coming out in June. Let's do it around there. Cool, June is coming. Oh, we pushed the album back. I don't want to just do an interview. All right, cool. Now we're going to do it in October. All right, I'll call you back in October. Yo, what's up? Oh, man, Keller, you say I tell you October, you call October, huh, nigga? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. So now, this is when all the beef is going on with Kendrick Lamar. I can't do it now because I don't feel like talking about that right now. I say, look, I'll do the interview. I won't even bring that up. He says, nah, I can't do no interview and not talk about it. All right, well, when can I get the interview? Yo, February, definite. February, I'm dead ass on February. February come. Yo, what's up? Oh, shit. Yo, I'm still working, man.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
All right. Not the flip in the tape. Fuck you! Hell no! So clearly, Camron is just detailing the fact that he did the intro to the off season, which he was just talking, hyping it up before the album started. All good. Then whenever the verse for Might Delete Later, the I'm Ready joint they did, whenever they recorded that, Cam said he had a 48-hour deadline and he made sure it happened. You know what I'm saying? And or whatever, however it went. 48-hour deadline on one, and then another one he actually flew to New York, because Cam doesn't actually reside in New York anymore, for anybody that doesn't know. I think he's either Florida or Vegas resident, because I think he does that podcast, It Is What It Is, in Vegas, don't he? I don't know for sure. But nonetheless, he's not a New York resident. But he flew out, did the verse for him, no problem. And he let it be known, hey man, I've done you a solid twice. I just need some love. I just need some love, baby. When I do my shit, look out. Give me a verse. You've been on a crazy feature run. Let me get one of them. Cole says, I got you. And as Cam tried to make good on that promise, J. Cole began to avoid him and be like, yo, I'm not ready. I can't do it. He says, I got to put my all in. I got to be dedicated to it. That nigga was dedicated to so many verses, but couldn't give one to Cam. I mean, he even ended up giving one to fucking Cash Cobain for Grippy, a fucking song that should have never seen the light of day. It should have never made it past the cutting room floor. Why did you let that shit happen? And that shit came out after the beef. Why? So all of this is going down. Cam says, man, fuck it. Let's just do an interview then. If you can't do the verse, do an interview. I'm in the podcast game now. Cole says, bet. Right? But then the beef happens. So then he's not in a good space. He don't want to address the beef at that time. He's working on music. Cam keeps calling, keeps checking in. Cole is still being avoidant, right? And that transpired all the way until February of last year. Now remember, toward the end of last year is when the lawsuit was officially submitted to the courts, and we talked about it. So he gave him ample amount of time, more than enough time, to either send him a verse or sit down and do an interview. And Cam said, I'll avoid the beef topic if it's that much of a big deal. Cole said, I can't talk to you and not talk about the beef. How can we put that out? And then everybody's going to shit on me for not speaking on what everybody wants to speak about. Which, in J. Cole's limited defense, I do agree with, but you should have just did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Should have did it anyway. What were you going to do it for the fall off? You was going to do it now? So you played that game and you got sued. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. I did see just a few days ago that Cam did send a voluntary dismissal for UMG to be dismissed from the lawsuit. I believe Interscope is also dismissed from the lawsuit. So the labels won't be involved because this is really an issue between Cam and J. Cole. But he does want some audits. He wants to see how much money the Might Delete Later project brought in. Because he wants to get the money back that he would have otherwise gotten for the feature. Because remember, he appeared on 2 J. Cole projects off the strength. No charge, no nothing. And he cleared a sample for him. Allegedly, no charge, no nothing. He should have some sort of stake on that. He should have a percentage in the publishing, but I think he said that that didn't happen either, which I find to be interesting. Still trying to figure out the logistics on that, how that happens. But yeah, so we'll see where that goes from here. With Cole putting out this new album, all these new vinyl sales, all these new CD sales, he definitely gonna have your money, Cam. Don't worry about it. I bought the shit too. So we gonna make sure you get paid. All right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Become an Insider. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace. Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to